Man, I got this zit on my neck that just won't quit. Maybe that's a little bit too much information. Do you want to just get rolling with this, just to get through it? All right. I'm Jamie Miller. I was Greg Hulse's neighbor and childhood friend, and we stopped hanging out as soon as I got into high school, meaning I was about 14, making Greg about 11. And now I'm 25, and I'm trying to get my master's in literary arts because I am very scared of the real world. So, what do you want to know?
What do you remember about Greg?
I have a hard time recalling any distinct memories from that period. Everything kind of blurs together. Like, it's all pretty abstract. Like, I remember water balloon fights in his backyard, or playing capture the flag around the cul-de-sac, or making goofy movies with his brother Pat, sledding down hills, getting into snowball fights, and so on and so forth. And, I also remember the night that his house caught fire, because, who could forget shit like that, and how he smelled like smoke for months after that. And, it's like, I remember that all of these things happened, but it's just really hard to, like, zoom in on them and flesh them out and really give them their proper due. But instead, it's just this swirl of different bits and pieces and images and sights and sounds and moments and feelings. But despite all of it kind of folding into one package for me, I still look back very fondly on that period. It was a good childhood and pre adolescence. It's just a shame I can't remember much of it.
What do you remember about Greg as a person?
Well, he seemed like a very sweet kid. A lot of fun to hang out with sometimes. Seemed a little out to lunch quite a bit too. Like he was in his own little world half the time. But overall, he was a pretty goofy kid. Sort of shy, I guess. I don't know. But, he was a good kid.
That's it?
I mean, off the top of my head, yeah.
You were his friend for 5 years and that's all you got.
Well, we were never that close. We just hung out because we lived next door to each other.
But what about when he was mean to you, specifically the event discussed in Stupid Boy?
Wait, what are you talking about?
The video Greg made last week, Stupid Boy. Did you see it?
Well, no, was I supposed to?
Kind of. It's sort of important that you see it for the sake of this interview.
Well, okay, show it to me then.
Please click the link to watch Stupid Boy, and make sure your annotations are turned on so you can get to the actual link. And if you've already seen this, then congratulations, you're more responsible than Jamie Miller. Okay, cut. So, do you remember this story?
Well, now I do, but I don't really know what else to say.
Well, what's your take on what happened?
I mean, pretty much just as Greg described it. Except he said I looked disappointed when I saw him laughing at me, and I wasn't disappointed, I was just frustrated. Because here I was making all this time to see him, and then he pulled that shit on me. Like, I had a huge project that was due on Monday, and instead I was wasting time being pranked by some fifth grader. So it pissed me off, but I didn't see it as this huge personal attack or whatever. I mean, we weren't tight-knit friends, so it's not like what he did had any weight. He was just some kid I would play outside with from time to time. And I also remember quickly forgiving him after that. Like, I went outside and he apologized, and I said, okay, and then we went back to playing in the snow. So it's whatever. I mean, this really isn't even worth talking about.
And why does it bug Greg so much now?
I mean, because he's not a stupid kid anymore. It looks like he's super introspective now, so I guess he's just, like, trying to figure out why he behaved the way he did. And he's always been a very thin-skinned dude. I do remember him moping around in the snow after what happened, and it looked like he felt genuinely bad about what he did, so, it's all good. He doesn't have to worry about me.
What ended your friendship?
Time. I didn't play outside as often, and he stopped calling me because of that. We just had a falling out, that's it. It wasn't like that annoying prank was the end-all be-all of anything, because we still hung out for another year after that happened, so it wasn't like it was this huge obliterating factor just throwing everything off course, like, oh, after that day it wasn't the same. Couldn't be far from the truth. It was just this annoying blip, and then a year later we quietly went down separate paths. And I do remember seeing him in high school, but, he was just another face in the crowd by that point. And I don't want to sound too callous by saying that, but he probably felt the same way about me. I mean, he's made no attempt to reach out to me or get to know me or figure out what I'm doing or where I'm going now, so... And to be fair, I haven't done the same thing for him either. So I guess this is just him feeling upset because he did something bad to someone and that someone just so happens to be me. And I guess these feelings are just his. They're not mine. It doesn't irk me. I don't ponder about it, and even when I do actively think about it, it doesn't bug me in any way, so I think we can just put this puppy to rest. Peace out, y'all. See you later. Shake your sadness like a puppet and keep putting on the play.